Hi guys, welcome back to our video again. This is an additional episode. So what happened here is you can still see it's dripping. You can still see the droplet here. So basically the hose is generally one issue. The seal of the water pump is another issue. So this didn't happen if you ride slow. Once you open up into high rev, I guess the pressure builds up and then it squeezes out. We also noticed that the bolts are a bit loose, so we tighten it. But still it has a few droplets after every ride. So what we need to do is to take out the fuel pump and then reseal the edges. But first we need to look at the O-ring, whether it's functioning. If it is, then we just add a sealant. Probably the water pump warp or the O-ring is not good enough. This is why when you send a fairing bike to servicing, it costs more because you have to take out the cover, which is the problematic part. But we have to do it since it's our bike. So we took out the fairing and then you can see it's dripping. So that's why we prepared this cardboard. So we got to dismount this water pump for safety's sake because it's dripping quite aggressively. So we try to drain a little bit off first. Okay, to release the pressure through this bleeding bolt. So now we just need to open it up to release the fluid. After much fiddling, we can't take this thing out, so we also don't want to force it. Using these two pipes, we drain the coolant back, but of course there's a lot of spillage lah. But we managed to salvage a lot, so this helps you to save some money, not to buy another bottle. Right now we gotta break open this and see what's inside. When we break this open, we expect to have, we will expect it to be gushing out some more water. The pump. Loosen this. So this. Okay. So, oh, there's a lot of grime here. We got to do a little cleanup. You can see there's a lot of grime here. I guess this is the part where the sealant is leaking. Everything looks good to me. We've done some cleanup here, all the grime you can see. But however, we strip the paint when we are washing this part. So we gotta clean up and then we spray it back to the matte black before we install it back. Okay, so we gotten back with our paint and we also have covered up the inlet so to prevent the paint from going in. So this is part where the pipe is. Okay, so we just leave it here to dry on the first layer. So you come back in 30 minutes time to do a second layer. Okay, since we got the paint and then all the paint here starts to wear off, maybe we can also look into spraying this. But we need to prep, cover the area that we're going to spray first. All these are quite small to cover up, so I decided to just take it out and respray together. Not sure what's inside, but I guess some oil stuff will come out. There must be a gear to push this starter motor. I think there's a seal here, so since it's not leaking in any way, we will just cover the side and then spray it directly while it's on. Okay, something like that. Okay, looks a bit messy. It looks good. So we gotta do the third layer, which is the last layer before we install it back. And then we have also took out the O-ring from the other end of it and then fit it into the slot, but you somehow see that it's very flat. So I guess that might be the reason why it's not perfectly sealed. It should be protruding out a little bit, so when you slam on it, it closes the gap. So what we gotta do now is to apply this sealant gasket around it and then close it back. Okay, just a very thin layer. So now we gotta cover it up back to its place. We need to match all the holes. Gasket will go out, so that's normal. So just tighten one of the side first to get it in place. Then the next one. So So now it's all squeezed out the excess. We will try to remove it with our cloth. Okay, so it's more or less done. We will just put everything back in place and wait for the sealant to cure, which is an hour. So we probably take a break, eat something, and then we'll be back. Okay, so now we are back to install back the hose and also pump back the fairing. We just waited for this sealant to cure up and harden before we will open the other side of the fairing to add in water. We are back to remove this side of the panel and to top up the coolant. Then we bring it out for test drive. So we open up the fairing and then now we just gotta fill up with the water. No change, just as before.